going on, guys? Grunge Gaming back here, and in today's video, guys, I'm going to be talking about the Revenant trailer, kind of breaking everything down, the secrets of it, basically anything you missed during the trailer. Let's get right into it. First of all, guys, I want to talk about like comparing and contrasting with him and Forge. So, guys, it actually opens up with pretty much showing him and some appliances. I'm pretty much sure it's like table and pretty much like all the technology is made by Hammond Robotics. So it kind of has something to do with Forge and tying into all that lore. Anyway, I made a video about that the other day. Is like Forge still alive? Because of course it could have been his dummy, and we really don't know how Hammond Robotics is gonna play a part. We do know that they're gonna play a huge part because their signs are all over the Apex Legends map, but we really don't know so far how everything is going. So we know like something's going to just like happen with this. So I think that's kind of why they put it in there to show that, you know, Hammond Robotics is a thing now, and it is coming to Apex Legends. So we should be prepared for that. Next, and pretty much like the first opening scene, is that Revenant struggles with his human form. Like most people do with AI, and a lot of movies like are based off of this with AI, is that they're having troubles coping with non-human things. So basically, you're like, you know, you don't have flesh anymore, things like that, facial hair, you know, just like sicknesses even. If you're like really deprived of human emotions and qualities like that, not saying they're good or bad, he just has a hard time coping that he is now a robot and not basically a human any longer, and he's, you know, he's been put in this robot form, and he really doesn't understand himself, and he kind of struggles through that the entire trailer. You know, when he looks in his reflection, he sees his old self, and then at the very end, he sees a Revenant, and he pretty much smashed the window because he doesn't like being the form he is. So basically what I'm trying to say is there could be a part in this where he's gonna try, like, he's broken in to Hammond Robotics to maybe even switch him back to a real body. Who knows, maybe he actually killed Forge and took the body, that way he could like make it in. I don't even know how any of this would even work, even if he tried that. That's just like a possibility I'm putting out there, because he kind of wants to go back to his human form, or he misses it. Next, I kind of want to talk about his personality / his characteristics that he shows off during the entire trailer. So basically, during this, he doesn't actually prove himself to be a bad guy necessarily, but basically he kind of shows himself off to be kind of like a crypto maybe, but definitely like a bounty hunter, kind of, I wouldn't say working with the law, but maybe like a black market kind of bounty hunter system where, you know, he gets paid for taking out good or bad targets, like morally. So we don't really know the guy he killed. Like, I don't know if he's in some like Titanfall lore I'm missing or anything, but the chances are that he could have been bad or good. He kind of looked a little bad, especially with all his bodyguards there and stuff like that. So I'm kind of guessing that he's on the bad side, but I really don't think Revenant is a good guy to start out with. I kind of think he's kind of a mercenary is what I'm trying to say, and he'll kind of work for any cause. Also, during the trailer, he also showed off his shadow fall abilities, and basically that he goes into a shadow, and that's one of the weird things and things you might have missed, is that he also possesses those powers as well. I don't actually know what that means for, of course, the abilities. Now, what I think in, of course, just playing as him, that could be some kind of phase or something like that where he can like turn into this invincible mode, and that's basically what I'm getting at as his abilities. Now, I don't actually know if he'll be able to turn in that in the real game. Could be an emote or something like that. All I know is they show off really valuable things like his dagger. Now, I don't think if this is going to shoot a poisonous dagger or not. As far as we know, it doesn't shoot yet, but he does do a lot of stabbing with it. So basically, his hand turns into a knife, and he's able to start stabbing people with it. So that's one of those things that you might have missed in this, and basically, that's about it as far as just his characteristics go. He looks pretty close to those, you know, leaked images, and he is, you know, basically what we thought he was going to be, and he looks just like it too. Basically, kind of, you know, and he has definitely a lot of pictures of him on the internet, but this is it for now. So I don't think he's going to be getting any new forms. I think this is what we, you know, data mined at the beginning, and now this is where we're going to get. Now I just want to talk about the thing in general. Basically, he like massacres like 50 people and kills basically everybody except for the little girl, and she basically saw all of this. No one else left alive except for the little girl. You know, of course, he gets his bounty, kills the target, and at the very end, there's a little girl mourning her dad, and she's angry, and now that kind of leads me to believe that this could be a certain legend. We may know her as Rosie or Loba. Now, I'm not making any, you know, assumptions on who this character is. Could be nobody, could have just been there to represent, you know, like how terrible Revenant may be on the inside, you know, just killing this dude in front of like his 7-year-old daughter. But basically at the very end, she's just like angry, so it could end up being that it's like maybe a legend we don't even know yet. going back to get, like, you know, revenge or something and entering in the games. We do know that Revenant somehow has a lot of enemies already, or he is becoming to make people enemies, especially him and Robotics. They just don't like each other. Now, we don't know the whole backstory behind that, but I'm pretty sure that they made his body or something, and he wants to get back at them, killed Forge, and we really don't know everything. Like, basically, the pieces will eventually come together, one way or another, if we're going to have to data mine them, or they're just going to release, you know, an Outlands television story, and we get to see the complete story of Revenant. Honestly, I will tell you is this character looks sick, and I can't wait. And like everybody else, like everybody always says this, just play as him. This will be really interesting to see what he's like. He kind of looks like, of course, like we were thinking, a very fast-paced character. Maybe even like Shadowfall fast, if it gets to that. So that may be one of the possible characteristics that happens in-game with him. We really don't know. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Support has been great. Like always, thank you guys so much for liking, subbing, and commenting. Anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe if you guys like news like this and just like breakdowns of trailers. So hopefully, guys, I see you all in the next time. Bye, guys.